Look closely at this one-handed solve. Notice how the solve ends in a flurry of middle layer moves, and that's because he uses this revolutionary method that is marking itself as by far the best method for one-handed solving, Roux. Now watch this one-handed Roux solve of mine from 100 days ago. So sad finger, not very fast. Lots to be improved. And look at my solves now.
Whoa, so speedy.
So, let's see how I went from a complete noob with this method to making the finals of one of the biggest competitions in the world in just 100 days. And also, I'll be going through a 4-step formula of how you can get fast in any event along the way. Let's go!
I've decided that in 129 days, I am going to average sub 13 one-handed using Roux. Let's see how it goes.
And that's because under 13 seconds is about the mark that gets you in the question for podiums and wins at competitions here in Australia. And I want to be that cool guy standing on the podium in a new event. But if I wanted to achieve this goal, going from a 23-second average to a 13 with a new method in about 100 days, I would need to be strategic about my practice.
So my plan is to spend the first couple days learning CMLL.
Roux method, yeah! First block. Intuitively solve a block on the bottom left of the cube like this. Second block. Intuitively solve another block on the bottom right of the cube like this.
CMLL.
Use an algorithm to solve the top layer corners. LSC. Solve the rest of the cube using a sequence of M moves. And that's Roux.
So my plan is to spend the first couple days learning CMLL, and then the couple weeks after that practicing LSE and getting my finger tricks down, and then I can go back to doing the first 2 blocks.
And that's step 1 of the 4-step formula I've devised to help anyone improve at any event in cubing. And step 1 is to learn what you need. And that's not just algorithms, it's also difficult finger tricks or steps such as LSE. So as fast as I could, I learned CMLL and learned how to finger trick LSE the right way. It was super important to install good habits from the start, because doing LSE without good finger tricks is really slow.
I want to be able to just go like... Oh no.
And then you probably know the next step for after you've learned something. Practice what you learnt. And so, I grinded. Grind montage! Day 1. Day 2. Day 3.
Day 8, I pretty much haven't practiced at all. I'm gonna try and get back on track. We'll see how I go.
Grind montage number 2.
Okay, I think I average sub 20 now. And I was just doing some practice this morning before going to church, and I got a 10.29. That's nearly sub 10. Yes! Oh! I just got 10.00. Yes, let's go. I just got a sub 10. Woo! That's not even the scramble, but yeah, sub 10, yeah!
At this point, my improvement chart was zooming on down. I was getting 18s, then 17s, then 16s.
I think I averaged like 16 now. So it's day 39, and I've been doing a lot of solves, perhaps too many solves, but I think my LSC has gotten to be pretty good, acceptable. But my first 2 block solutions are still really efficient. Are still really inefficient, sorry, exact opposite. So I think I just need to work on watching example solves to sort of see how I can make my solutions more efficient.
Now this is me implementing step 3 of how to get fast, which is to identify what you can improve. Now I identified that my first 2 blocks weren't very efficient, and so I needed to watch some example solves to learn new ways of doing things. And step 4 is to repeat the process. So after you identify what you need to work on, then you should learn whatever it is that's holding you back, and then practice with it, and keep on going. Now to be honest, I kinda got lazy and didn't end up watching many example solves and getting much more efficient. I kinda just went back to do solves with my old inefficient ways. I was lazy. Whoops.
Guys, I just discovered that my competition in 2 days' time has one-handed. I guess I gotta practice.
Grind montage number 3.
Here we go.
And in literally my first official one-handed solve with Roux, this happened. I somehow turned really well, and I got a little bit lucky.
Oh, no way. I'm so nervous.
So good first solve, but I needed a good average, and I was still really nervous.
The most nervous I've ever been. My eyes are going funny. Why am I so nervous?
Solve 3, 15.63. Solve 4, 15.07. Solve 5, 12.49. So a 13.47 average, which was pretty good, but this wasn't sub 13. My mission wasn't over. And in the finals, I wasn't as nervous, but I just didn't solve as well and got a 14-second average. So now I just have to practice for Queensland Open, which was about 80 days away. Heaps of time.
Jump scare! The competition is in 2 weeks and I haven't practiced at all since Harvey Bay. But yeah, I'm gonna have to absolutely grind to get a 12-second average like I wanted to.
You know what that means? Grind montage number 4. This time, I actually did practice a lot because I really wanted to nail this goal, once and for all, to prove that you can learn something new and get really good at it in just a few months, to relive the fun of improving at an event. It was sub 13 or die.
No. That's way too dramatic. It's more like sub 13 or try again next time.
This is it. Practice as much as I can, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
First solve, 14. Second solve, 11. Third solve, another 11. Maybe this was happening. Fourth solve, 13. And now I would need just a 13.7 to get that sub 13 average.
Man, I was so close. I got so nervous on the last one. A bit disappointing, but still got finals to go, so we'll see how I go for that. Now it's time for OH. I've been practicing so much for this. This is my last chance to get a sub 13 average and achieve my goal that I've been working towards, so.
I started off with a 13, and then a 12. But then I got a 15. So my last 2 solves would need to be good if I wanted to have a chance at the sub 13 average. And they were pretty good. A 12.72 and then a 10. But the average was 13.08. I had failed my goal. In round 1 by just 0.25 and then in finals by 0.08. It was very disappointing. But I wasn't going to stop here. I still had more competitions coming up and I was going to keep on pushing to get my goal. Just a few weeks later was Australian Nationals where I could have 3 more chances. In first round I got a 14 and a couple of 12s and 13s, only to get a 13.10 average. At this point it was just getting ridiculous. In the next round I really just wasn't solving good and got a high 13 average, which is okay, it happens sometimes.
I stopped the timer. The sub 13 eludes me once again. Come on, man, please, finals, please.
And what happened in the finals was honestly just frankly insane. 13.94. Okay, not bad, but we need to do a bit better. 10.22. Oh yeah, there we go. Couple more of them and we're in. 16.36. Dude, come on, I can't make any more mistakes. 13.50. Wow, I'm really cutting it close. Need a low 11 at this point. 11.73.
Dude. My PR has literally gone like 13.2, 13.1, 13.07, now 13.06. Ah, man, it's frustrating, but just gotta keep grinding, I guess.
In round 1, I bombed the first solve, and then I bombed the second solve, so round 1 was pretty much already over.
Well, that didn't happen. It's my last chance for one-handed for ages. I need to get a sub 13 average. This round, right now. Alright, time to lock in.
Solve 1. 10.52. Solve 2. 10.74. Solve 3. 14.90. Solve 4. This has been so fun, starting from the beginning with the new method. Yes, it's been a lot of effort and late nights grinding solves, but the fun of improvement makes it so worth it. I hope that my journey, learning and practicing motivates you to do the same. And with that, solve 4, 10.28. That was it, a sub 13 average. And after a 13 on the last, it was an 11.53 second average.
Let's go, 11.5 average. Let's go, dude. Literally my first sub 13 average is 11.5. What? Dude, I was so happy.
And this average somehow made the finals, the North American Championships, one of the biggest competitions ever, but I completely bombed it. Go learn something new using my How to Get Fast formula, and have a good day. See ya.